What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. So, for those of you who normally are tuned in, this is not going to be your traditional time. I am actually doing a free training on the hidden cost of not having the right or clear vision. So, this is a bonus and benefit that you get by simply subscribing to the channel and turning on your notifications so that you know every single time that I go live. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you saw a post and you're joining because of that. I am Nishika Melton, and I am a simplified productivity strategist. So, what that means is I take you from vision to implementation without the burnout, without the stress, without the overwhelm. I get you to the finish line. I get you to the finish line. So, what we're going to be talking about tonight, just simplified terms, simple conversation of how impactful having a clear vision is. So, if you can hear me and see me, please put a one in the chat. If you can hear and see me, put a one in the chat. And I'm going to be having that interaction. If anytime during the training you have any questions, or if there's a moment that you need me to go back and repeat something, just let me know in the chat and I will do that. Answer your questions, go back and repeat because I want to make sure that you completely understand. I have seen too many times, and even within my own life, before I understood, where people are wondering, why am I not staying consistent? Why am I getting derailed? Why am I on this roller coaster ride? Or why am I going in circles? I feel like I've been here before. I'm not getting any further. And then you also have that person who says, I have worked my butt off all day. I am drained. I don't feel like doing anything. But when I look back over my day, how much of that did I give to me and my dreams and my goals? Because it doesn't matter if you have a 9 to 5, if you're an executive, if you are a business owner, you still need to have a clear vision for yourself, for the personal self, okay? Because that's where the sleep, the exercise, eating right, socializing, um, self care, that's where all that comes into play. And we know without a shadow of a doubt, those are the things that fall off in our lives. And we wind up being unhealthy. We wind up being stressed out. We wind up being burnt out because we didn't take care of the personal side. And then you also have to have a vision for your business or your career, whichever one it is. If you are climbing that corporate ladder, you need a vision because that vision is going to keep you focused. It's going to keep you in the lane that you need to be in, regardless of all the flashy, pretty things that presents itself that may actually be a distraction. Okay. So I have a presentation. I'm going to put it up. Again, if you have any questions, put them in there. Put them in there. Um, if you need me to go back and repeat anything, just let me know. The reason that I'm doing this live and not just throwing up a recording is because the interaction is important in order for you to get to where you need to be. All right. So let's get ready for the presentation. All right. And so, what we're going to be talking about is unlocking your true north, the power of vision driven lifestyle. This is your lifestyle, okay? Having the vision that you want to follow. If you got my email or my text message today, I talked about how I have spoken with many a nonprofit leader, business leader, even those who are working for different companies. What is the vision? Leadership could tell me their vision to a certain degree. Most of the time that they're ad-libbing. And that's real talk. Most of the time they're ad-libbing. But when I asked, do you know for certain that your people, whether it's volunteer or paid, know your vision and believe in it? Nobody could say yes. Not a single person. And then when I asked some folks who are on the career side, they would say, oh, I can tell you the theme that's being promoted in the business, but I can also tell you that that's not how this company works. That theme, that vision is not this company's day to day. So now you don't lie to the people, okay? There has to be a vision that you as the leader believe in. And then when you join an organization or company, when you're doing those interviews and they say, well, do you have any questions for us? Let that be one of your questions. Write that down. Let that be one of your questions. What is the vision of your company? And how does that play out in every day? It's going to be crickets. I'm telling you, you're going to shock them. You're going to shock them. And the HR professionals, the recruiters, are supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? And then it's the vision of your personal life. The harsh reality of surviving and not thriving. Surviving and not thriving. I know what it is like to be in straight up survival mode. If you know what it's like to just be in survival mode, put a 2 in the chat. Where you are just trying to keep your head above water. You are trying not to go crazy. You are trying not to snap on somebody because that's just where you are today. That's where you was at yesterday. You'll probably be there tomorrow. just keeping it 100, keeping it real. If you have ever had to be in survival mode, if people were being honest, most of us have been there. Different points in our lives. But we were there. And it was draining, and draining. Your days, you ended your days depleted. You started the next day depleted. Okay, that's just the cycle. So in today's fast-paced, ever-changing landscape, many ambitious professionals and business leaders find themselves adrift. That means not focused, not in the lane that you're supposed to be going in, not going at the pace that you're supposed to be going in, without a clear guiding star. The symptoms are unmistakable. Now, pay attention to these symptoms because this isn't just talking about you, because you're going to be able to identify this in other people. Constant reaction, always responding to external pressures, never proactively shaping your destiny or their destiny. Second symptom, chasing misaligned opportunities. I talked about those shiny things, everything that sound, amazing. I was on a free webinar today, and the commercial that was pitched sounded like it was everything that I need. But when I got on that free webinar, you know what I said? First of all, they spent the first 30 minutes telling me nothing. 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 And then the other hour, it was an hour and a half. I was like, I just wasted my time. I'm so glad that I did the free webinar, which is why I do them, so that you can see if you want to go into that next step, if this is actually something you need. Don't chase misaligned opportunities. Diverting valuable resources, which is normally money, time and money, and energy towards ventures that don't serve your core purpose. Symptom number 3, endless effort, minimal progress. I liken this to a vehicle that's stuck in the mud. And if you've ever been on or attended any of my trainings or conferences or workshops, I give this example every single time because it's real. You can literally spend a whole tank of gas and not go anywhere because you're stuck in the mud. The wheels are spinning, the smoke is going, and everything is happening except you not moving forward. Spinning your wheels, exhausting your team, or if you are on the team, then you're on the receiving end of the spinning wheels and achieving far less than your potential. You can't be at this long term. You can't sustain this type of mentality, this type of behavior, this type of cycle. You are going to burn out. There is going to be literal stress. I mean, stress with all the capital letters, unnecessary stress. Because, I mean, you're not going to go through life and not experience some kind of stress. A little stress keeps you on your toes. It keeps you alert. But I'm talking about that unnecessary, nonsensical foolishness. Okay? Unnecessary. That's going to be our phrase. Unnecessary, nonsensical foolishness. That's not success. That's survival mode. And I don't know about you, but I was done with surviving a long time ago. That's why I broke that cycle. That's why I became a productivity strategist, because I could identify people that were operating in these symptoms on a daily basis. Whether I was at work, if I was at church, if I was at the gym, my kids' school, it literally did not matter. I could identify the symptoms. And here is the crazy part. As someone at that time who was part of a team, I could identify these symptoms in my leadership or in the leadership of that particular department. And so I know many of you can also do the same thing. What's going on, AJ? Look, you got to put the nonsensical foolishness. Got to put that word in there too, honey. Nonsensical. I mean, that's a double whammy. That is a double whammy of foolishness. The hidden costs of operating without vision, and not just vision, but a clear vision. The absence of a clear vision isn't just a minor inconvenience. Can we just, AJ, AJ, I love you. You said I couldn't spell that. AJ, you so funny. Oh my gosh, nonsensical. Okay, y'all, I love y'all. Keep the comments coming. That's why I love the subscribers of this podcast. I love y'all. The absence of a clear vision isn't just a minor inconvenience, y'all. We not talking about you dropped a quarter. Okay. I went into the grocery store one time. This woman lost $50. And it was only $50 she had till she got paid again. That's a major inconvenience. Okay. When you go in and you are a zombie, when you sit at your desk trying to figure out if you have enough energy to work on your business, but because you don't have a clear vision, you keep talking yourself out of it. It's not a minor inconvenience. It's a significant toll on both the individual and the organization. And when you understand these costs, it's the first step toward AJ, I'm gonna stop looking at the comments. Understanding these costs is the first step toward embracing change. If you are the person who likes going in circles, if you are the person who likes releasing and expending all that energy and going nowhere, if you are the person who likes to be simple, according to Proverbs chapter 8, look it up because it wasn't a compliment. I can't help you. I'm not the person for you. I am for that person who is ready to break the cycle, who is ready to go forward, who is ready to be in the lane that they're supposed to be in. I am the person that you want to work with when you are ready to establish your seat at the table because you're tired of crumbs. Okay? That's who I work with. If you're full of excuses and justifications, I can't help you because you already know everything. I can't, there's no room for me. When a leader, for leaders, the lack of vision, the lack of a clear vision manifests overwhelm, burnout, regret, and stress. That's the recipe for disaster. That's for the individual. And if you are a leader and you don't have a clear vision and you've not communicated this vision to your team, including your VA, if you have a virtual assistant, then you're not going to have people doing what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to be doing it, how they're supposed to do it. It's a free for all. Okay. For the business, and this is a for-profit or nonprofit, inconsistent directions, teams pulling in different directions. They come together, everybody doing their own thing and hoping that it works. Tragedy. That's a tragedy. Okay, that's a tragedy. Wasted resources. Listen, when it's your budget, it matters whether or not the resources are being wasted because it came out of your pocket. If you are the department head, it matters because you have to give an account for that budget. And if it looks like you're wasting, then it looks like you don't know what you're doing. So not having a clear vision impacts everything. Missed opportunities, because you'll be chasing the shiny thing, but miss the obvious thing. Captain Obvious. Have y'all seen that commercial? Because I say that phrase people when I'm really trying to I'm not trying. I really am being sarcastic. Thank you, Captain Obvious. But there are so many people who miss the obvious answer because they are not able to recognize it. And then slow growth. Now, I'm not talking about growth that's sustainable, okay? Because you can grow too fast and you implode. You you blow up from the inside out. That's an implosion. Implosion. You don't want to do that. Everything starts falling apart if you grow too fast. You want consistent, steady, manageable growth. You don't want to go at the pace of a snail. Okay? Is that what we're looking for? You don't want to be stagnant. These are the hidden costs. And if you are the leader, both of these are impacting you. If you are on the team, both of these are impacting you. So there's no way around it. And that's why I stress have the personal vision and the business/career vision. Going back to the example of the interview, when they tell you the vision for the company, and you're like, I don't, I don't want to, I don't want to be a part of that. You know, when you go to websites now and they have that about us section, child, is about 12 paragraphs. Who wants to read all of that? We skim it. We don't study it, we skim it. It's very hard nowadays to find a very clear vision statement. It's a challenge. Wonder why that is. The peril of a weak vision. It's not enough to simply have a vision statement. Remember, I talked about the companies that have the statement, but the follow-up question is, do your staff know it and believe in it? It got to be both. Its power lies in the authenticity and your belief in it. A vision you don't genuinely embrace is often more damaging than no vision at all. Why? Because you're not going to work in line with it. You're not going to move in line with it. You're not going to plan in line with it. You're going to plan based on what you think things should be versus the vision of the organization. Disbelief breeds disengagement. If you don't believe in it, your team won't believe in it. Your volunteers won't believe in it. It'll become something that's pretty and hanging on the wall somewhere in the break room or right when you get off the elevator that nobody ever pays attention to. Disconnected from reality. A vision that's just a aspirational fantasy, like, you know, it sounds really good, but it's out of touch with everything that this organization should be focusing on based on its market. It's not gonna last. Words on a page versus lived experience. Again, anything can craft something poetic and melodic and feel good, but does it make sense? Is it feasible? That's where that lived experience comes in. Is it feasible? Can people actually memorize it, walk in it, believe in it? Because a weak vision creates cynicism, erodes trust, and perpetuates or feeds and encourages the cycle of survival mode. But what I'm here to do is to help you build a vision that is robust, believable, and actionable. We're not talking about 5, 6 paragraphs. People, ain't nobody trying to memorize that. What are you doing? No, I promise you, unless it has been the same vision for the past 20 years and the new CEO spent the last day and a half memorizing it, nobody knows that vision. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. And if you look at the new CEO of Red Lobster, one of the reasons that he was able to turn that company is around is because he sold a vision that the people could believe in. And Red Lobster is killing it. Okay? That's what turned it around. Not that he had all these, great food ideas. I mean, Red Lobster was giving away, what was it, free shrimp or something? All you can eat shrimp? No, that wasn't it. It was the vision. Remember that. Yes, there are billion more followers than leaders. Absolutely. That's why we need effective leaders that are worth following. Why the right vision is non negotiable. Non negotiable. And when you get to the point that you are interviewing people to be a part of your organization, again, whether it's paid staff or voluntary, you need to talk about your vision. Does the person squirm when they hear it? Are they able to get on board? A compelling vision isn't a luxury, it's a fundamental pillar upon which lasting success and meaningful impact are built. Those things are important. Lasting success. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder. Okay? Like that song, Just Got Paid. It's Friday night. Friday night, just got paid. One-hit wonder. That's the only song people remember him for. And I don't even remember his name. I remember what he looked like. And I remember watching the video on MTV. But I don't remember his name. And you want to make a meaningful impact, not just in the market of your consumers, but also the market of your team and your staff, because they are your first customer. If they don't believe in it, they're not going to live it. They're not going to walk it out. It serves multiple critical functions in your journey. And the same with the personal vision. If you're trying to craft something just so you get noticed by other people and sound like you Superman or Superwoman, child, bye. You can't go tell the people that you believe in only eating healthy food and you got Krispy Kreme in a chair. You got Krispy Kreme in one hand and a chair wine in the other. Baby, stop. Ain't nobody buying that because you haven't bought into it. The right vision is your decision filter. Make sure you write that down. Your decision filter. It simplifies complex choices and ensures that every decision moves you closer to your ultimate goals. Now, does this mean that you are going to be 100% correct 100% of the time? No. No. Because you're also going to make the decision based on the information you have. And if a person is being dishonest, you don't know that until you potentially connect with them. But at least you do have a filter to run things through. The right vision is your unstoppable fuel. And as I said, y'all, Johnny Kemp. Thank you, AJ. That is his name. Yes, Johnny Kemp. He was a one-hit wonder. I mean, everybody still remembers the hit, but I mean, he's been signed, sealed, and delivered. It's done. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you all have any questions, put them in the chat. You ask your questions as I go. If you need me to go back and go over anything, I can do that as well. The right vision is your unstoppable fuel. It provides the motivation and resilience needed to overcome obstacles. It pushes you forward when challenges arise. Yeah, the screen isn't stuck. I just want y'all to understand that. I want y'all to get that in your shanana, because I've sat across from a client and they tell me in their personal vision they're going to do A, B, C, D because their health is not as good. But that only lasts for a few weeks because the shock has worn off. Or things have, gotten a little difficult in whatever area. Your vision, when you know your vision and you believe in your vision, you push forward even when challenges arise. Kobe Bryant said in one of the plethora of interviews that he did, he never talks himself out of doing what he knows he's supposed to do, because his vision was to be the absolute best basketball player in the league. That was his vision. So he gave a scenario of, you get up at 3 o'clock, you go work out from 4 to 6, you come back, you eat, you rest, you go back, you work out from 9 to 11, you come back, you eat lunch, you rest again, you go back and you work out from 4 to 6. He started talking about all the workouts he was able to get in simply because he held to the vision versus sleeping in late, not starting his workouts to 9 o'clock. And he said, if you have that type of discipline, that type of desire, that type of fire, that type of motivation, within 5 years, nobody would be able to catch up with you. It wouldn't be possible. And this is a man who dislocated one of his fingers during a game, went over to the side. The players surrounded him. The team physician, whatever they call it, popped that sucker back in. It hurt. You can see it on Kobe's face. It hurt. He went right back in. There are no excuses because you understand your vision. You believe in your vision. You're going to see your vision through to completion. Your vision is your communication tool. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm my goal is for everybody to understand. And if not, then I haven't done my job. A well articulated vision inspires, unites, and guides everybody towards a shared future. A shared future. Now, if you're talking about from the career aspect, obviously you may not have the exact same goal as the person sitting beside you or the person across the hall from you or whatever. But when you understand the vision and you're able to implement it because you actually believe in it, then whatever your progression is, you'll be able to obtain it. Same in your business. It's not about comparing, because we don't need to compare. I don't need to compare my year 5 to your year 20. That's deadly. But if I stay locked in on my vision and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do every single day in alignment with that vision, and you're not, I'm going to walk you down. It's just inevitable. So don't compare yourself. Vision helps you stay in your lane. First of all, it helps you know your lane, stay in the lane, and move the pace that you need to. Your vision is your strategic roadmap. It outlines the ultimate destination, making it possible to chart a coherent course, or a course that makes sense, a course that's feasible, and you can measure your progress effectively. The transformative power of a clear vision. Beyond the foundational things that we talked about, a well defined vision delivers tangible, immediate benefits that elevate your performance and purpose. If you were on the podcast on Tuesday, Coach Taria said she no longer sees what she's doing as working, she's purposing. And that thing grabbed me. And when you have a clear vision, that's what you're doing. You're not just working, you're purposing. So a clear vision creates clarity when there's chaos. It eliminates decision paralysis. You can make the right decision. I was literally at my daughter's today, and she's doing some painting and stuff in her house. And, she has her aesthetic and she's done her Pinterest board and all the things. And she was like, Mom, I need your help because I can't decide on the paint. And I said, well, what's the point? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And she started telling me, and I put the paint swatches together. I think she had like 6 options. She was looking between 2 paints for her cabinets, and then some paint to trim the interior of her windowsill. She had 4 for that. She started telling me what, her end result was, what her goal was. Bada bing, bada boom, paint picked out. I said, all right, what's next? Because she knew her vision. She knew the vision for her house. And she was able to translate that to me so that I could help her put the pieces together. It builds unshakable confidence. Can't nobody talk you out of your purpose when your vision is clear. Nobody can talk you out of it. It attracts the right opportunities. A strong vision acts like a beacon, drawing the right partnerships. Now, it's also going to attract some trash because people are going to see your light. Okay? They're going to hear about your success and they're going to want to be part of it. However, because you have the vision, and it's the vision that you believe in, you're going to be able to weed all of them out. You will be able to see the parasites before they even have the opportunity to latch on. And it gives your work meaning. Because again, you're not just working, you're purposing. You are moving in the direction of your desired end result. You are moving to the finish line for that week, that month, that quarter, and that year. And even if you don't get every single thing done, because sometimes you don't, and that's just reality because life is life. But you can look back and say, I did what I was supposed to do, and now I'm here. And I'm in a place that I can project even further, go even further next year. So it's a win-win. It's not about being perfect. This is not about perfection. Clear vision doesn't give you perfection. Human error is always in the equation. But having a clear vision gets you there faster with the least amount of injuries and casualties. Let's put it in there like that. Hiller. Two visions, one powerful trajectory. For true fulfillment and sustained success, remember that sustained success, no one hit wonders. It's essential to cultivate both a personal and a professional vision. And when I say professional, it means both business, if that's the area that you're going in, and career. Now, I understand that for some people, they have their job because it's financing their business. They don't give a doggone about promotion. They just trying to get that coin to finance what they're doing in their business. Honey, then that's fine. That is your vision for that career. That's fine. Hey, listen, I get it. These are not separate entities. So the personal vision and the business slash career vision, they're not separate entities. They are intertwined. They are interwoven. They connect. Because if you don't take care of your personal self, you will not be able to get to the finish line of your business. They are intertwined. Some of the questions that you can ask yourself: what is the ultimate purpose and impact you wish to have on your life, your family, your community? If that's something that you are looking to do, what kind of person do you aspire to be? What legacy do you want to leave? What defines your ideal life? How do you want to feel every day? And I think the bottom two, because these are not in any particular order, but the bottom two are really important. How do you want to feel every day? What do you want to reflect on? How do you want to see yourself every day? And what defines your ideal life? Not talking about money, not talking about cars, not talking about houses. We're not talking about that. That stuff will come. But when you look at your life, if you were watching your own movie, what do you want to see in each scene? Who do you want to see in each scene? For the business career vision, some possible things to think about. What is the ultimate future you envision for your organization or your professional contribution, your career? What problem does your business solve? What impact will your company have on its industry? What is the ultimate aspiration for your career path? And how will you measure this success? How will you measure it? You can decide how that happens. And when both of the visions align, that's where the magic happens. But when they conflict with one another, you will experience burnout, you will experience overwhelm, you will experience the unnecessary, nonsensical foolishness. And it happens without fail. Vision, the difference is night and day. And we went over these earlier in regards to your decision making, your problem solving, your customer attraction, your personal energy, the sustainable success that you're going to have. When you don't have the vision, you're reactive. When you do, you're strategic. When you don't have the vision, you're overwhelmed. When you do, you're resilient, you're innovative, and you're thinking ahead. When you don't have the vision, you're drained, fatigued, anxious. That's how the shiny things attract you. But when you do have that clear vision, you are energized, purposeful, and resilient night and day. But both of those are somebody's life. Both of those are somebody's reality. And I want to get you on the side where you're no longer reactive, no longer drained, no longer scattered or inefficient. The core challenge: crafting your authentic, clear vision. While the concept is simple, we hear about it all the time, you know. And in a few situations, people want to quote the scripture, write the vision and make it plain, that they who read it may run with it. The concept is simple. The process of truly defining it, internalizing it, can be a little bit more complex, because people go back and forth, and I've seen it in my trainings, I've seen it in workshops. They go back and forth with some of these common hurdles: being specific versus being flexible. How do you create a vision that is concrete enough to guide your decisions, yet is also adaptable to an unpredictable future? That flexibility, because you don't want to be so rigid that there's no room to grow. Intellectual versus emotional connection. Yeah, you can write something logical, but how do you put your passion and your belief in it so that you will actually do it? And then overcoming past failures. Oh, I've tried this before, it doesn't work. I've tried this before, it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you, I've sat across from a lot of people who thought that their vision was solid. And when I began to ask questions, it wasn't as solid as what they thought. It doesn't matter that you can regurgitate it. Show me how it's coming alive in your everyday. Thank you for the regurgitation. I'm glad you were able to memorize. Congratulations. I salute you. Now tell me how that played out in your day today. How about yesterday? How about last week? That's where the challenge comes in. Distractions and urgency. The daily demands of business can overshadow the critical long-term work of vision development. I don't have enough time. I don't have time. This just takes too much time. Again, if you're the person who likes to go in circles, if you're full of excuses, I'm not the person for you. People want to talk about the foundation, and you have to have a solid foundation. But as a licensed realtor, can I tell you the other step before you even get to the foundation? It's got to be built on solid ground. If you've ever seen land cleared off, they have to remove all the stumps that are in the way, the things that have already taken root that shouldn't be there. They have to level it, but they also have to compact it, and oftentimes bring in more dirt that is more suitable for what is being built. I'm just going to let that rest in you, Shana, now. Okay. We talk about foundation, pouring the concrete and all that. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But before you get there, there is another several steps. Okay. The real challenge isn't merely having a vision, but cultivating one that is personal, strategically sound, and emotionally resonant, meaning you connect with it. And you don't just connect with it the day you write it, you connect with it several days after. Your path to unwavering clarity, starts now. I'm telling y'all, every single year, when I come into January 1, It's like they think I was serious last year. They ain't seen nothing. The vision is there, the connections are there, the motivation is there, and we hitting the ground running. Okay, running. The training that I am going to be offering, and I'm going to be doing it on Zoom. We are literally going to create both vision statements, meaning that I will be taking you through the framework. We are going to develop. You will be able to show me your vision statement. That's why I'm doing it on Zoom so that we can share screens. Show me your vision statement. And by the end of the training, you will have 2 fully articulated vision statements, one for your personal and one for your business/career, that will serve as your true north. And for those of you who don't know, the true north is found on a compass, and it tells you exactly where the north is, because if you can find the north, you can find the North Star, and that is the direction that you want to go in, regardless of what's going on, regardless of the other stars in the sky. You find your true north. So the question becomes, are you ready to get clear, to get clarity, to have the vision that makes sense, the clear vision for yourself, for your business, and or career? Because the reality is your future depends on it. And let me just real quick show you my vision statement for my coaching business. Do you see how simple that is? It is literally a statement. Our vision is to revolutionize productivity for high achieving professionals and creative entrepreneurs by providing customized, stress free strategies that transform vision into measurable success. Is that literally not just what I went over? When I did my intro statement, did I not tell you I take you from vision to implementation? But the first person I practiced on was myself. Now, this training is going to be taking place this Saturday. Yes, I know it is Valentine's Day. That's why I'm doing it at 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. And I don't care if it's one person or 1,000 people. Actually, it can only be 99 because the Zoom hold 100. That's all it's going to be. I might cap it off before that, just depending on how things go. But it doesn't matter, because I would rather have that one person who's ready to soar and help them get to their next. And then when I do it again, after they told everybody about how it rocked out, then we'll do it. We'll do it again. If you've seen the interview, what's his name? I Am Speed, something like that. And they asked him, how did you get started in streaming? And he said, I had this one person that watched me every single day. And after a while, it became 2. And then it became 4. So it doesn't matter to me if it is one person on that training. It does not matter. Your mindset matters. Your mindset matters. So I'm going to put in the chat, because I know you're wanting to know, Jessica, how much is this going to cost? It's only $27. $27 to join the training on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Once you pay through Stripe, I will have your email address to be able to send you the Zoom link registration. It is not going to be on this channel. It is not going to be public. For those of you that are already part of my school community, do not click that link. Your school membership, which let me say, the school membership, the standard membership is only $27 a month. And my school community will have the replay. So before you even ask, Ms. Nishika, will I get the replay? No, only if you're in the school community. That's part of the benefit of being in the community. So I suggest you be on and you be attentive, because we're going to rock it out. We're going to rock it out. And my plan is not to be on that long, because all we're going to focus on is the framework for writing your vision statements, personal and business/career. I'm not going to be answering a whole bunch of other productivity questions. That is not the time. It is strictly going to be your vision statements. So that is the link to join for the training. If you are interested in joining the school community, let me get that link. And I'll put it in to the chat. This is for the school community. The school community will have the replays. The school community is going to have trainings that will not be public. But anytime I do a public training, the replay will always be in the school community. They have personal access to me to ask question after question, get all my little tips and tricks and all the little things within the community. This community is new. That's why you haven't heard a lot about it. But at $27 a month, it does not get any more affordable than that. If you have been looking for an opportunity or a way to work with me that is affordable, the school community is where it is at. But if you cannot or you don't want to do the school community, I'm going to put the link again for the training on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now I'm looking at the chat. I don't see any questions. And yes, the training is live. It is live. It is not pre-recorded. It is a live training. When you leave, you're going to have your vision statements. And I'm doing this now because we are at the beginning of the year. And a whole lot of folks start businesses, start hustles. They don't have a vision statement. They're in their career saying they want to make this position, but they don't have the vision statement that's going to get them there. And they don't have their personal statements in order to maintain balance within your life. Okay. Now I will put, I'll put these links in the comments as well for the folks that watch the replay. But again, the training is going to be Saturday, February 14th at 11 a.m. After, well, I would say once right before the training gets ready to start, I'm going to remove the link to be able to join. Okay. It's $27. $27 to have a clear path, a clear lane for where you need to be going. You can have all the grant money and funding you want to have. Give some to me. I'm just kidding. I'm not. But without that vision, when it comes time to give an account for how you spent the monies, there could be a problem. It happens all the time, because people aren't clear. And when you answer those questions, because when you fill out those grant applications in a roundabout kind of way, they're asking you about your vision. And they're taking all of that into account when they give you the money, the moolah, the coins. This is where you start, and everything funnels from this. Okay? Are there any questions? I'm looking at my phone as well, just in case there is a delay. Are there any questions? All right, y'all. So this training is going to be up permanently. The only thing that will not be up permanently is the link to join the class on Saturday. When I have another class, that link will be there for you to join that training. I will keep up the link to join the school community, because that's not going to change. Okay? So you all have a fantabulous rest of the evening, and I will talk to you later. I thought somebody was putting in a question. All right, y'all.